Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Can't Stop Talking podcast. I have a really special guest for you guys today. I have known her for basically my whole coaching career. We have been cheering each other on. We've been in each other's programs. I'm actually fresh out the shower wearing a robe. She sees me on Zoom, but we're that close that it's like that's where we're at. And so my special guest is Pearl Cicci. Hi, thank you for coming.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Sam. I'm so excited to be here. I'm pumped. I love you. I've been following you. We know we've been vibing for 2 years. It's such a nice way to connect again and to be on your podcast. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, of course, guys. It's like our 2 year anniversary almost.
We should find the exact day. I'm gonna scroll back and like look at our first messages.
That'll take forever. I love it. And so tell us, Pearl, you guys are gonna love this for the new year. I got you guys covered, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your specialty.
Yeah, well, my name is Pearl Cicci. I'm from Vancouver, BC, Canada. What's up? And I'm a nutritionist, health coach, and fitness coach, wellness coach, all the things about well being for entrepreneurs. And so I really specialize in energy. That's my main thing about helping you feel more energized, more lit up, more focused, more productive, so you can do all the things you need to in your business and then still have energy to go with your girlfriends, to go dance, to go have a good time. Because also building a business, yes, but having fun and being able to live the life you want to live. And that's what I'm all about.
Yes. And I feel like when people are like, we're going to, like, for me and my marketing, when I'm like, we're going to give you that life of freedom, abundance, I should add like energy. Like, energy is something that everyone wants. If I could have an unlimited amount of energy, I would pay good money for that.
You can. That's what I'm all about.
Yes. And I've actually done a call with you on energy and it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure. I remember that. I remember that. We had a couple of calls actually.
Yes, sleep too, you guys. But she's going to share all her tips in this podcast, especially for the new year. So tell us, how did you get started on your health and wellness journey?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I actually started out, I want to see how far back I want to go. So I'm a big foodie. I love eating food. I mean, who doesn't? And
Hmm.
I noticed that I wanted to initially be a chef because I was like, I want to work with food. Oh my God, I want to be a chef. But that didn't really align. I took like a small program and I experienced like what it was like to be a chef. And I talked to the chefs and was like, hey, how do you like your job? And they actually told me the truth. They're like, I don't, it's shit. They're like, I don't really like it. I'm like, oh, well,
Yes,
thank you for the transparency. I'm
the
like, okay,
honesty.
well, let me actually see what else I want to do. And I'm going to preface this because my true passion is dancing. And we're going to talk about that later. But I want to be a dancer when I was younger. My dad's like, oh, don't get a real job. And I was like, well, fine. So I was like, food, chef, like food. And that didn't work out. So I actually pursued being a dietitian. So I was a dietitian. I went to school for 6 years to be a dietitian. I worked in the hospitals, doing acute clinical nutrition and all the things in the hospital. But I was really unsatisfied. I was burnt out. I was unfulfilled. I was just really depressed, low mood. It wasn't a job for me personally. And so after all the schooling and all the things, I quit my job as a dietitian. I was like, I still want to help people with my knowledge. I have a passion for health and fitness and nutrition. And with my background, I really want to teach people how to actually be healthy and build healthy habits. So I started coaching on the side and got my personal training certificate and started doing fitness and then started doing more wellness. And then I started dancing more. And now I'm this whole like mesh of all the things that I love and I help people feel really good in their bodies and slay. So yeah, that's my story.
Yes, and Slay. I actually did. We've been friends for 2 years. I didn't even know that's how you got here. And I love, yes, I love that path and how it is so divinely guided. And the fact that the chefs were so honest with you, that's unbelievable. And then we all have, I mean, we don't all have, but I can sympathize with you with the parent who doesn't understand what you're doing. For you guys who don't know, I told my dad that I got fired from my job, but I really quit and he still has no idea. So I'm with you there. I love that.
Still doesn't know. Are
Yes,
you ever gonna tell him?
I know, right? I don't know. I can't tell if he'll be mad. Probably not. He supports me so much now, but it's kind of something where I'm like, ooh, it's been a couple of years. I'm nervous.
Yeah, that's so funny. We all have sometimes with those moments with our families. So yeah.
Yes. And so then how did you really get started building? Because I feel like a lot of people want to be in the health, fitness, and wellness online coaching space. How did you start building that empire?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So when I started doing my nutrition work on the side, I actually started taking one-on-one clients on the side while I was working at the hospital. So I was like, I want other things to do. Like I wasn't fulfilled and I wanted to really help people. So I was starting doing calls and meeting at cafes and just whoever wanted help. Like, you need help with your health? Like, hey, I'm over here.
Yes.
And I started taking that and actually found I love that so much more than my hospital job. And I was like, how can I do this more? So I quit my job. I started taking on a couple more clients one-on-one, and then I went through the rabbit hole of figuring out what I wanted to do. Like, and then coaching came up. I was like, oh, I can be a nutrition and health coach and I can do this. And it's actually a thing. I didn't know it was such a big industry. So I was like looking up things and I decided to invest into a mentor. That didn't work out, but I still was like, okay, like this is what I want to do. I want to be a coach. I want to share my expertise and help people. So as I progressed, and I've been going to the gym and been in fitness for a long time, and I always posted that I was at the gym. And so people would ask me like, hey, do you do training? Do you personal train? Like, I want your
Wow.
body, like you love your whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't. But enough people asked me, and I was like, is this a sign from the universe? Like, okay, maybe I will. So I actually got my certification because people asked me to train them. And so I then did personal training. I worked for a fitness company, did health and nutrition and personal training. And then that was really fun experience. But I also didn't want to work for another company. So I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. And so I went on my own and I just naturally started attracting more entrepreneurs. People would reach out to me and say, hey, like, I was really open helping everyone when I started, but then I just started attracting more entrepreneurs. I was like, maybe I'll just niche down and do this. And so that's how I started. But yeah, just a natural occurrence. I just kind of noticed some things coming up and I was like, maybe I should lean to this. And this feels really good for me. So I want to do more of that. And then just making it more holistic because the more you learn about health, you realize like it really is holistic and having more
Yes.
approaches to sleep and wellness and your mindset and your stress and your eating and your body image, like it all counts. And so it really evolves as I have evolved. So
Wow, I absolutely love that. And that goes into something I've been dying to know. We all have like a health and fitness journey in the sense of, for example, I mean, I've told you this before, but when I was living in New York, that hustle and bustle, I used to work out really hard on my body 5 days a week. I used to do the thing where you would be on a diet Monday through Friday. I tried every single diet in the world. And then on the weekends, I would binge until I finally figured out how to heal my relationship with food and fitness. And so, do you kind of have a trajectory of how you got to the point that you are now?
yeah, that's funny because one thing, and the reason why I focus on energy and like mental health and happiness and like how you're feeling in your body, because my journey was never one of weight loss or like I want to
Mm.
diet or I want to, it was more like, okay, I feel really crappy. Like I hate myself. I'm
Yes.
picking my body apart. Like, I wake up miserable. Like I have anxiety and panic attacks. And I'm like, I'm just not a happy person. And so I was like, I need to fix this. Despite me, I was doing the things that we think we need to do. I was eating recently, decently healthy and I was, working out, but there was a missing piece. And that was like the mindset work that I wasn't doing until I figured out the mindset's the biggest part of it and like how you think about yourself. And so for me, it was like, there was a part of me that was like, oh, like try this diet, but I never dieted. I tried intermittent fasting. It wasn't for
Yep.
me, which is okay.
Yep.
Then I tuned into intuitive eating, which is now what I practice, which is amazing.
Yes.
I really encourage most people to do. I know you're reading the book or you were doing it as well or still
Yes,
are.
that's
But yeah.
where I finished on my health journey with intuitive
Yeah.
eating. And when
Yeah.
anyone asks me, it changed my whole life. It actually changed the way I run my business too, intuitively. So,
Oh, that's amazing. But yeah, intuitive eating is really something that I believe we can all tap into and like learning to trust ourselves and our body and our intuition. And so for me, that was a journey after trying that thing and still not feeling great about myself and still being like restrictive and like not happy about where I'm at and like my body and things. And yeah, I was like, okay, I need to feel better. My mood is the most important thing. My mental health is top priority. And whatever I'm going to do is going to help me feel good, not worse. And so I actually also shifted how I worked out as well. I used to be very similar to you. I would actually go to the gym 6 times a week and then have one rest day.
wow.
And so I did this because I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go to the gym every day and like I'm gonna work out. It's good for me. But like it wasn't making me any happier. Like I was already fit and there's nothing else there for me. So I was like, why am I actually going to gym 6 times a week? Like I don't need to do this. What do I want
Right?
to do instead? I was like, I want to dance. So I'm gonna start dancing. So I started my
Yes.
dance fitness classes that you've been to, and I just did more
Oh,
dancing and like I only work out every 2 days, but I still dance every day or whatever it looks like. And so yeah, it's a journey, but I think the main thing is like tuning into what makes you feel good, trusting your intuition, and knowing that it's your journey and it gets to be one that you feel really good about.
1,000%. And I also take a dance class here as well. And I've
I
done
saw that
pearls.
was so much fun.
Yes, my roommate actually is an instructor. And you guys, if you haven't taken pearls dance class, the feeling, it's indescribable. I can't explain how it's different than a different workout class where, like, if you're in a bad mood and then you go to pearls dance class, you will be transmuted into like a different person, like the happiest version of yourself. And you're also doing something so good for your body. It's insane. Wow. Yeah. So you guys need to try that class if you haven't, for real. But take us through the mindset piece. I love that because obviously I preach that business is all also 80% mindset. And I actually give like the metaphor, whatever they call it, of like if you're on a diet, which obviously me and you don't really believe in diets anymore, but I'm like, the person who sticks to their diet, it's not because they have the strategy, it's because of the mindset. Yeah. So can you take us through that piece a little?
Yeah, 100%. That's so true. Like it's all mindset, everything, because you can know what to do. And so many of us are actually in this space where we're like, I know I need to eat healthy. I know I need to work out. I know I need to drink more water. I know I shouldn't scroll on TikTok for 2 hours. But
Yeah.
like we still do because we aren't first of all building those habits yet. And we aren't in a place in our mind where we see those things as more of a priority, or we see those things as, taking us towards closer to our goals. And it's a lot of, in my opinion, the work I've done for myself is like self-love and self-discipline, and knowing
Oh,
that I'm working towards this goal and this doesn't make me feel good. So I'm going to stop doing this because I don't want to feel crappy anymore. It's like increasing your standards of how you're allowing yourself to feel every day and what you deserve in your life. And that's something that's been really big for me. It's like, why would I just sit around and feel crappy when I can go move my body? Like I deserve to feel
yes.
better. You know what I mean? Like why would I just, eat crap food, which can make me feel crap and feel bad, when I can just eat healthier and then feel really good about myself? It's like I deserve to feel good, which is something I've been telling myself for like a couple of years since I've really shifted. It's like I deserve to feel good, to feel energized, and to do things that make me feel, really good in my body. And so that's the biggest thing. So when it comes to mindset, I think it's really understanding what your barriers are. Like, what you need to do. Why are you doing it? And what limiting
Mm,
beliefs are stopping you from doing it? Is because, oh, you think you need to eat perfect or eat salads every day, or like that you can't go out to eat with your friends, or whatever you're telling yourself that's not actually true, but the story you believe to you that you're making to yourself. And one thing I notice people do a lot when it comes to health, and this makes us way more less likely to do the actions, is we make it seem way worse than it actually is, and we make it seem like it's going to take something away from us if we're doing this thing. So it's like, oh, if I go to the gym, like, oh, I'm gonna lose. I have to go there and like take time, and I won't be able to do this, and oh, I don't have a cute outfit, and like I'm gonna get sweaty, and like people are gonna look at me and I'll be embarrassed and I don't know what I'm doing. And we tell ourselves all these things. Of course not, because you
yep.
want to gym, because you're telling your brain all these bad things are going to happen. It's like, hell
Yes.
no, nah, girl. It's like, we're not going there. You know what I mean? And so like flipping that over, it's like telling yourself all the good things are going to happen. It's like when I go to the
Oh,
gym, I feel so good. I'm going to, be more confident, and like I don't care if anyone looks at me because I'm hot in my hot pink, whatever you. But like telling
yes.
yourself all the good things that are going to happen, because then your brain's like, oh, well, yeah, I want to go to the gym, duh. Like if we're going to have all that fun. So I think it's really about how you perceive things, and like what you're telling yourself about the action that you're doing that's going to get you to do it.
I'm obsessed with that. And even like, for example, visualizing how you want something to go. So sometimes if I'm sitting there, I don't want to go to the gym. I literally visualize the feeling after when
Mm.
I'm like, that felt so good. And another thing that you said that I think so good is I think people try to hate their way into their perfect body, into eating perfectly instead of loving their way. And that's when it all shifted for me. I found the intuitive eating, but I also started doing the affirmations in the mirror. Like, I look so good before I felt it, and rewired my brain. And then I loved my body. And now, people are like, oh, it's just a lifestyle. I have to go to the gym. I never believe that. It's one of my favorite things to go to my workout classes or the gym or my walks. And it has nothing to do with getting to the perfect body anymore. It is just your lifestyle.
Yeah, I love that. It's so true because I had a very similar practice because I had a lot of body image and like self like low confidence when I was
Mm,
a couple years ago. And so it was like,
yes.
yeah, doing the affirmations in the mirror and like telling myself what I love about myself. And eventually it just becomes true because it's the feeling that you're chasing. It's not the actual weight or the abs or what you think you're chasing. It's the feeling of being confident, of happy, of happiness, of loving yourself, of, being like, ooh, I look good. I'm a boss bitch. Like,
Yes.
look at me.
Yes. I actually heard the perfect story and you just jogged my memory. I haven't told this story in so long, but there was a story of a girl who like lost 15 pounds and she said to, and her friend started treating her better, right? And she said to her friend, she's like, how much weight did you think like I lost? And they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like we didn't even notice you lost any weight. But you've been so much nicer to us. You've been so much more confident. You've been so much more happier. And so, just like you said, chasing the feeling, she became the person who thought that she lost all this weight, but all she had to do was start acting like that new person.
I love that story. I haven't heard that one. That's really good. Yeah, because it's really about who you are after you think you've achieved that outcome, but you can be that person right now, you know?
Absolutely. So that goes perfectly into what are five of your, we'll start with maybe diet tips as in eating, not actual diet for the new year to get healthier and fitter. And then we'll move on to fitness.
Ooh, so around nutrition, like I have a different approach. And so I'm going to share things that are maybe you've heard before. Like they're pretty basic, but again, it's like you need to master the basics first before you can really accelerate and do all the other things that you think you need to do. So taking it down to the basics, it's like, are you drinking enough water? Probably
Mm,
not. Most people aren't, right? Are you adding more veggies to your plate? Probably not. These are things that I work with people around. It's simple, but it's like when you actually do it, you see the results. Are you eating balanced meals? Right? Are you eating things that have proteins in them, fiber in them, carbohydrates, a little bit of healthy fats? Are you making that something that's tasty that you actually love? The biggest thing that I see is that people think they need to cut out all their favorite foods and
mm.
restrict and not eat things and not go out and not enjoy their life. I'm the opposite. I'm like, no, you still get to eat everything you want, but like, let's just make it a little bit healthier. Like, you go out to eat, you get a pizza and you get a salad. Like, you get
Yes.
both. Both is my model. Like, I'm like, both, bitch. And so it's like,
Yes.
what is it that's gonna help you get there? Like, you get to go out and have fun, yes, but also maybe tomorrow you have an extra serving of veggies. Maybe
Oh,
instead of having two servings of pasta, you just have one, and then you add something else on the side. So it's like, how can you just amplify your meals? Like, take what you're already eating, make it healthier. Can you eat more consistently? Like, instead of skipping meals, working on your
yes.
business till 2 p.m., can you eat a little early in the morning, right? Maybe not drinking coffee right after you get up on an empty stomach. That might be able to help you and your gut health and decrease your anxiety levels. So these things, like, I think the biggest tips I would say is definitely get your water intake in, balancing out your meals, making sure you have a protein and vegetables, adding more nutrients to your meal. I know I talked about this with you, but I literally tell everyone that
Yes.
just take whatever you ready, eat, and add more veggies to it. And that is it. Like, we overcomplicate it. We're like, oh my God, I need to do this diet and try this fat. And oh my God, broccoli's not good for you, but like
Yes.
you can't eat this. Like, no, just add more veggies. What veggies do you like? And take those ones and add them. And once you have the solid foundation that you can stick to for a long time, I'm not talking about a month
Hmm.
or two. I mean like a solid amount of time until you feel like it's second nature, then you can get a little more complicated. But keep it so basic so you can actually achieve it and you'll see your results because you're being consistent, right? And so that's what I want to share about that.
Yes. And that you're going to be so proud of me because you've changed my life and you've changed my roommate's life because yes, when my favorite meal is I will do pasta. You guys, you don't have to do any crazy type of pasta. I do regular pasta. Sometimes I'll do like the protein veggie pasta, but I will add zucchinis, I'll add broccoli. And now my roommate started adding veggie to their pasta. And it just makes it so much filler, like so much more filling. And I love the taste. And that has changed my life. And then another thing that you just said is I love coffee and I stopped drinking it right when I wake up. And so I will eat my breakfast, which I wasn't eating my breakfast when I woke up. And I found that actually made me hungrier throughout the day. So I started eating my breakfast when I wake up, and then I won't have my coffee till like an hour and a half later, and that'll stop my midday slump as well. because you have energy when you wake up. You always talk about this. You're like, I don't drink coffee. You have energy as humans. And I love that you say that.
Yeah, no, it's so true. And I love that you did that and implemented it. And now your roommate is also, the best
Yes.
thing about what I do. Like, I'm really obsessed because every time I work with someone and they then influence the people that they're around through their habits. Like every time my clients like, oh my God, like my friends are now eating more veggies. Like I told my boyfriend to eat more veggies. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah. And it's like the ripple effect that you do because you're changing your habits and you're changing how you want to, take care of your body. Other people are like, oh, I should do that too. Like maybe I'll eat some more veggies too. And then everyone else gets healthier. Like it's a win-win. I love it.
The ripple effect. I always say that like people in the health and fitness journey do God's work because my dad used to go to a personal trainer and me and my mom would be like, we can't wait for the day that he goes to the personal trainer. Because what would happen? He would come back in the best mood ever. And then what would happen? His colleagues would be happy because he was in the best mood ever. We would be happy. Like it's a ripple effect when people, whatever they say in Legally Blonde, she wouldn't kill someone because of she was on endorphins or whatever. Like I truly believe that
Yeah.
you guys are doing God's work. And then when you're happier, healthier, it's a ripple effect to everyone else. I love that.
Yeah, 100%. It's so cool to see. So yes, I love that you are spreading that good energy, the
Yes.
veggie vibe, the veggie vibe. Ooh, that's like a tagline.
And then veggie vibe. That's a one tip you guys have to take from this podcast.
No, literally, if you take that tip and implement it every day, you'll change your life for real.
No, for real. She's not even kidding. So tell us your 5 fitness tips now. I'm excited to hear these.
Ooh, fitness tips. Yeah. And so this one is I really think when it comes to fitness, we think it needs to look a certain way. And this happens with a lot of things in our life. We think it needs to be a certain way for a certain amount of time for whatever, stories we tell ourselves. And so when it comes to fitness, find what you actually like to do. Like
Mm,
people are like, oh, I hate doing cardio, but I'm gonna make myself do an hour on a treadmill. Why
yep.
would you like why?
Why?
I'm like, unless you're bodybuilding or competing, there's no point to do that. If you're just like an
Mm-hmm.
average Joe like us, we're not average, the above average queen like us,
Yes.
and wants to feel really good in their bodies. Like, find what works for you, what you're gonna like, because you're gonna stick to it. You're gonna be happier, and it's gonna be something you're motivated to go do. So for me, like, I love dancing. I do my cardio through dancing most of the time. I love group classes. I like going to the gym as well. I mix it in. Your routine can be very unique to you. And so what's that gonna look like for you? And like make sure it's something you think you can stick to. And then you're gonna go for it and do it. And you'll see yourself be more consistent because you actually like it. The second tip I want to share is that having some sort of accountability, community, like something to
Yes.
help you get more motivated is going to be so helpful, especially if you're starting from a place where you don't actually work out or have those habits yet. Because when you have people around you doing the same thing, this ties into your eating too, but people that are doing the same thing, working towards the same goals, want to improve their health, you kind of want to match their vibe. Like it's the vibe of the tribe. And so, because
Yes.
we want to mirror the people we're around, which is why people say the quote about the people you surround yourself with, the 5 people you're gonna become them, because we mirror other humans, because it's our tribal ancestor deep rooted need to be part of a community. And so have
Yes.
community of people that also inspire you to go work out and be like, hey, what's up? Like, so whether you're friends like that now or not, like go find other people that want to be your workout buddies, or join a club or join a class, or just be around that. That's going to be really helpful in your journey as well. And so the third thing I want to share is that you don't have to start doing all the things that you see people doing as well. Like people, oh yeah, like I saw this glute workout and she's lifting hip thrusting and squatting these. Yeah, like do you even want to squat that heavy? Like I thought I wanted to squat really heavy, and I started
Yes.
squatting heavy and I was like, oh no, this isn't for me, girl. Like I don't want to dump truck ass that bad. Like I'm fine. So it's
Yeah.
like, what? Like, what do you actually want? Like, truly, like, figure out what you want and what you want your body to look like. Like, right now, I think my ass is good. Like, I don't need
Oh
to make
yeah.
it bigger. I don't need to lift really heavy. And so it's for you to decide, like, okay, I can see myself maybe toning down here. But again, it's not about in my opinion, it's not about the looks, it's about the
Mm.
feels. And so
Yes.
I think actually like lifting heavy didn't do much for me. It made me feel like I was working too hard to
Yes.
for my like injuries, and just like it was more of an ego thing, honestly. Like, oh wow, look at me, I'm lifting heavy weights. But meh, it didn't really fulfill me. And so I think for you, like find what that is for you. Like maybe you do want to lift heavy. It might feel really good. And so try different things in your journey, but know that you don't have to lift heavy to grow your butt. If you want to grow your butt, you can do other things, and trying a variety and being open-minded to not just the gym, not just to lifting heavy, to
Yes.
Pilates, to light weights, to, 2 pound dumbbells, and you're pulsing, like that shit burns. And so
Yes.
finding what you are going to create for yourself and what that's going to look like for you is super important. Let's see. I think that was three. The fourth one is, in order to actually create more consistency in your routine, I think it's really important that we celebrate ourselves more often. I talk about this a lot.
Oh,
It's like we have a goal. I'm sure some of you guys have a goal for this New Year's or for this year. It's like, I want to go to the gym X amount of times. And let's say you only go 3 times, and then you're like, oh, but like I didn't, I want to go 5 times, but I only went 3 times. I'm like, man, I didn't get to, blah, because I was so busy or whatever you're gonna tell yourself, and beat yourself up about, and be, not be negative about that. But really, it's about celebrating what you did do. It's like, look, I went to the gym 3 times. Like that's amazing. I felt so good. Like I committed to myself, even if it wasn't the five, you still did more than you would have. And so I think it's important to celebrate yourself and celebrate the process, because that's going to help you stick to it. Your brain's going to be more happy when you celebrate yourself for taking the action versus beating yourself up for taking the action. You know what I mean? So that's a really big one.
yes.
And I think celebration, like every time you go to the gym after, you're like, yeah, that's so good. Like just say a little thing to yourself and give yourself that re pause. The word I'm looking for wasn't coming up, but the positive affirmation and
Oh,
just like the
yes.
checking in was like, yeah, that was good, like nice work. And so you'll be more motivated to go to the gym again and again and again, because you're just falling in love with the process, which is my last point. Like learning how to fall in love with the process and know that you're not chasing any outcome or any weight loss
Yep.
goal or any sort of metric that's a vanity metric. It's like, this is a lifestyle you're creating, and it needs to be something you can do for a life or like a lifetime, right? And so falling in love with the process, falling in love with going to the gym, falling in love with how you feel, falling in love with the classes and the people and the whatever it is, but making sure you really value that journey, and yeah, having fun along the way, because it's all about having fun and feeling really good, which is my two mottos, my two values. So yeah, that
Oh,
was
I
long.
loved that. You like, I thought you were going to stop at three. I was like, damn, those were so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the last one I really want to move into, and then I have one other little section that I wanted to touch on, but I love this part. I love my sleep. Anyone who knows me, I love my sleep. I'm not an entrepreneur who wakes up at 5, but if I could, I would. But Pearl has really, really helped me with my sleep. And so I'm so excited for her to help you guys as well. So if you have any tips, it does not need to be 5 tips this time.
Yeah.
With getting a good night's rest, because I know that's really important for entrepreneurs and honestly anyone.
Yeah, this is a big one because I really struggle with my sleep. Like I used to be that person that would lie in bed, toss and turn, like lie awake, like, oh my God, I have so much to do
Yes.
tomorrow. Like, did I forget to do something today? Like, oh, I didn't write my journal about this. Like literally all
The
over the place.
worst feeling.
Yeah, my brain's like blah, 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 blah. And so I think for me, it was actually learning more about the nervous system and like how to wind
Mm,
down my system to prepare for sleep. So I'm just going to share this one tip, but it's the most important thing you can take away from this, because the reason people are often unable to fall asleep at night and struggle with their sleep cycles is because your nervous system is not in a place where it can rest. And that's the biggest thing. And so we need to prep our body, our nervous system in the evening before bed. And this doesn't have to be long, but giving your body some signals and having a couple things that you do where your brain is like, oh, it's bedtime. Okay, time to relax, time to turn off, time to go to bed. So when you do get into bed, your brain can shut off and rest, and your body can go into that mode, and you can get a deep, good sleep. And so to do this, there's a couple ways. My favorite are just to turn off the lights. I have like some mood, like rock salt lamp lights that I turn on in the evening. That's my cue that, hey, it's bedtime. My brain's like, okay, it's darker, it's bedtime. Another thing I do is I don't really use the screens before bed, at least 15 minutes before bed. I'll journal, I'll meditate, I'll just chill, maybe I'll stretch. But the biggest thing here is to do some really deep breathing and just like getting yourself in a state of relaxation, of calmness, of slowing down, and just taking a few breaths and like breathing and bring your brain down to a state where it's like not as hectic. And one thing that really helped me to start was like journaling and brain
yes.
dumping all my thoughts and just getting it off off my chest or out of my head. And so those are some things that you can really implement to make your body understand like, hey, it's bedtime. Like, okay, phones away, lights are off. We're gonna sit here and breathe, and you'll notice your body being more receptive. And then when you do sleep, you have a deeper, better sleep. So
Oh, I love that. And since we had our call about sleep, that is I changed my time to manifest to actually nighttime because I like to journal at that. Yeah, meditate. And it's kind of cool because then I have my practice, make it fun, and you're also getting ready for bed. So I love that.
well, that's so powerful. I love that you do that too, because and I'm sure you know this, but your brain is most susceptible to change and to things when you first get up and right before you go to bed. So
Yes.
manifesting is actually the most powerful when you first get up and right before you go to bed. So I love that.
Yes, I love that. And so the last thing, you have been unbelievable. I can't wait to listen back to this and just soak in all these tips. But the last thing I want to talk about, and something I'm very open about on my podcast and my Instagram and just my brand, is that I've struggled with heavy anxiety to the point where I couldn't eat and sleep. And I definitely know what it feels like to be depressed. So if you have any, I guess I would say tips, but any, I know you said that you went through it. How has fitness, and I know for me, it's been like fitness has been my holy grail in those instances that really pulled me out of those times. So if you have anything to speak to that, I would love to just listen.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, for me, like my anxiety was actually a very short period of time, which I'm very grateful for because I was really diving into the power of the mind. And so when it comes to anxiety, I was doing it's really a state of being and how we're thinking,
Mm,
we're worrying about the future and we're over analyzing this and what if this happens and like oh man like we're just really over analyzing the future. So being present was one thing that brought me way
yes.
way less anxiety. And so finding more ways I can be present, right? Movement, journaling, like breathing, meditation, like how many more moments of presentness can I have in my day, and how can I get myself out of my head and into my body? That really changed the game for me. And another really powerful thing is like the mindset of, and I don't know how this happened. Like I manifested it really fast, but I remember I had like a really bad panic attack, like my worst one yet. And I literally thought I was
Yeah.
gonna die. I was like literally hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe.
Oh,
And I was like, I was such a mess. And then I had like a moment with myself where I was like, this is not it. Like you were not meant to be in this state of being. Like you're not meant to be this like depressed and struggling with your mind, and just how it took a toll on my body and like my response.
yeah.
Like, oh, I was like, this is not okay. And so I actually decided that day that like I would never having a panic attack again. And like I decided and I chose and I
Yes.
took action, and I never had a panic attack again after that day. And because I actually committed to my well-being every single day after that. So I was like, this is no longer my reality. I'm gonna do something every day to make me feel good and help me be present. And I did. And I started practicing meditation and, moving my body and dancing and all the things that I shared, eating better and thinking better and really loving myself more. And that really helped me. And so that's what I would share around that.
That is so crazy and a little creepy because one of the ways that I fully got over my anxiety was just saying that I was on the other side of it, deciding that I was on the other side of it, deciding that I was unavailable to feel this way anymore, and deciding. And sometimes people think you have to get rid of all these limiting beliefs and stuff when kind of manifesting. And sometimes you do, but sometimes it's more powerful to just decide that you are done with this version of yourself and you're stepping onto the other side. So, wow, I love that so much.
That is so cool because it's so powerful. Like I've heard it before, and I was like, oh, whatever, decide. But like literally, it works. So you decide, you move forward, and you keep taking action without looking back, and that's your new reality, and it like works. It's crazy. So yeah.
Oh, I could literally, I mean, me and Pearl do usually talk for it's too long, but I could talk to you all freaking day. I'm so glad you're on this podcast. Tell us, please, what are the ways that we can be in your world and work with you right now? I know my listeners would love to know.
Oh my God, I love this is such a good episode, man. If you guys like this, please let us know. And so
Yes.
for me, my favorite thing I'm doing this year is my program called the Energy Equation. And it really combines everything I've done over the last few years for my health, my well-being, my fitness, my mental health, all the things into one. So we're really diving deep into mindset, nutrition, movement, sleep, nervous system, like how to just really build your body and create a way of feeling every day and the way of being every day, and to make you feel more energized and really tapping into who you are. I think the biggest thing I think is what works for you is going to only work for you. And so tapping
Oh,
into that and understanding that it doesn't have to look like anything else. Like you get to create your health, your life, your energy levels, and the way that works for you. And I really want people to realize that and create that so they can feel energized. They can wake up out of bed with energy and like do the business things and go out after and then like have energy to do
yes.
that and like just live their best life. And so that's my program. It's a 4-month program. I am starting it in January once I fill up the spots. And that's my most
Yes.
favorite thing. So, yes.
Oh, and then selfishly, can you tell us about the dance classes?
Oh my God, yeah. And so, yeah, I have a membership as well where I'm doing dance fitness and other fitness classes. It's a really low ticket monthly membership where I give you workout videos, access to them, and then we have a community and other really fun things I'm going to throw in there. But really, the point of this one is to get more entrepreneurs moving. They're really quick workouts, 30-minute workouts. We also have like little movement workout videos and just ways to get you moving. Because for me, really being present in my body every day and helping myself get out of my head really transformed a lot of things for me. So if I can help people just move for 3 minutes a day, do something that's going to help them feel good as they're building their business, that's really my point. So that's my membership and it's really great. And then eventually I'm going to be doing more live dance fitness classes and I'm really excited about those too.
Yes. And I'll put obviously all of her information below so you guys can go and stalk her. Oh my gosh. I stalk her all the time. I'm like, Pearl, you look too good. You have to stop. Let the rest of us have some now. But I love you so much. You are such a light in my life. And I love doing this life with you and this coaching journey. And I'm just so excited to see where we'll be in the next 2 years.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited, girl. This was amazing. Thank you for having me on. I had the best time. You are the bomb.com, and I cannot wait to hear this later.
Oh, I love you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.